For as much as Christianity is making a comeback right now, we have a scary story today, guys. Pastor Rich Tidwell from Canton, Missouri, is saying that polygamy is now the Christian way. Yikes. I'm not joking. This is according to Protestia, I think is how you say it. There's a Protestant journalism page. They write, and you can see a picture of Rich right here. They say, Rich Tidwell is a pastor of Ormond Church, a small non-denominational gathering in Canton, Missouri, that was founded more than a decade ago. At first glance, everything looks pretty normal, but a quick, per usual, of his Instagram account instantly raises eyebrows with this announcement from this past June, where Tidwell dropped this blockbuster. You could see a whole picture of his family. By the way, can I just bring up, what's up with the bonnets? Why is polygamist equal bonnets? Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, they're not fundamentalist Mormons or Quakers or Amish. Not that those people are necessarily all polygamous, but like, isn't he just a non-denominational Christian? Why do all the girls wear these weird bonnets? I don't understand. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me, because it's super weird. It's like, it seems like if you are trying to show everyone you're a polygamist, that's what you would put your women in. And maybe that's what he's trying to do, but it just seems weird to me. They continue. They say, so here's the big announcement. My name is Rich Tidwell. I have 2 beautiful wives. My second wife is expecting my 8th child. We are thrilled for what the Lord has done for our family. The announcement of having acquired a new wife, I like the way they say it, frankly, acquired a new wife, that's what it is, was followed up with an article on his website on biblical polygamy, where he writes, in 2019, I discovered the surprising fact that God not only never prohibited polygamy throughout the entire Bible, he divinely ordained it in several cases, including David, Jacob, Joash, among others. In contrast with homosexuality, which is outrightly prohibited, God lawful, and then he ironically he cites Leviticus, which is the Mosaic law. We'll talk about that in a second. But he says God lawfully regulated the practice of plural marriage, and Protestia ends this by saying, mark and avoid this church for sure. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. So for once, again, we have non-denominational churches perverting the word of God, which is scary. And this has real consequences. It really isn't about women. I think a lot of people make this about women. These women are big girls. They can make their own decision about doing this or not. They seem to be of sound mind. They look like they're not being kept in a basement, at least as far as I can tell. Hopefully they're okay. If they are, that's their decision. But it is bad for Christianity, really bad, because Christianity right now is the only thing that successfully combats the way of the world. One of those things being Islam right now, which is trying to really infiltrate our country, I believe. And polygamy, as it stands, is not sanctioned by God, but it is something widely practiced in Islam. And I think blending any Islamic practice with Christianity is a massive mistake. It's huge. We don't want Christianity to be more like Islam, obviously. Here is a video of one of Rich's sermons where he talks about his whole justification for all of this.
The Bible never demands monogamy. God never demands it. The Bible never prohibits polygyny. And to the shock of many, God compares David's lawful marriages, plural, with his unlawful union with Bathsheba in order to indicate that he had done the wrong thing. Moreover, in 2 Samuel 7 and 8, God explicitly states, I gave your masters wives to you. If you took just a moment, you would study this out and see that not only does God not sin, but by him giving David wives, it shows you that that is not sin, because God doesn't sin. And you go, well, it's different now. The scriptures say, I, the Lord, do not change. Marriage law doesn't change. God's law regarding marriage doesn't change.
So there's no question in my mind that God can command anything he wants. It is clear that before the law of Moses, the patriarchs were commanded to practice polygamy. There is a precedent for it in the Bible. That's not what I'm saying. I understand that, and I understand his argument. But the law of Moses prohibits it very directly, which, again, I find ironic because he points out that homosexuality is banned in the Mosaic law, but then glosses over the fact that polygamy also is banned. What it really comes down to is this. Do we believe God told Rich Tidwell to practice polygamy? And I just don't see any evidence of that. I'm sorry. I believe everyone can speak to God. I believe they can pray to God. I see no evidence that he just told Rich to do marriage completely differently. For my viewers, you know me well. You know I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Mormons. About 135 years ago, members of my church practiced polygamy. They stopped 135 years ago. So I just have to make this clear. This man is not a Mormon. And the reason why I say that is because I'm seeing a lot of people on the internet, this story has gotten very big, talking about how this is some sort of a Mormon pastor, which a pastor is not even a word that we use in the church, by the way. He is not. He is a non-denominational pastor. In my church, you get excommunicated on the spot for practicing polygamy. The Edmunds-Tucker Act was passed, I think, in the 1890s, banned polygamy in the U.S. Mormons have not practiced it since that time. Anyone who has been excommunicated immediately. There are some fundamentalist groups that still do it. They're not affiliated with my church at all. My worry here with non-denominational churches is that they are not tied to a larger theology. I get worried. We see a lot of stories like this, but with other kind of diverse doctrines. And it all stems around these non-denominational churches. I don't want to come too harshly on some of you. I know you go to good non-denominational churches. That's not what I'm saying. But when you're not tied to a larger theology, you can go off in these weird beliefs and practices a lot easier. And I think that's what's happened with Rich Tidwell. I think it's incumbent on all Christians to reject this very vocally so we don't lose the momentum that we've gained in recent years with more and more converts, more people in churches, and the normalization of Christianity in American politics. The progressive left is a cult, guys. I talk all about it in my book, A New Cult. Go check it out right now. No one's really written a book like this. I talk about some really, really crazy stories, some nuts things I think you'll enjoy learning about. Go check it out right now. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, everybody. Please like the video so other great patriots like yourselves will see it. And you can tune in every single weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show, or you can watch another video right here.